I used to have long hair, and because of my height and everything, you look like a Fraggle Rock. That's where Fraggle comes from. And that's where it stuck. People say to me, oh, Fraggle the UK Hipstorian. Hip hop, a hibbit to the hip hop, and you don't stop. I didn't know what you called that. I didn't know about any hip hop scene going on in New York or anything. I just heard that song and I was like, blew me completely away. I think it was 1980, 1981. It was the first time I ever went to Covent Garden. And what Covent Garden was Mecca. We call it Mecca for anyone who was into old school hip hop. Hip hop back then was called electro. So if you popped, if you locked, or if you could break, that was Mecca. That was a place where everyone would assemble together and hang out. Everyone wanted to show off their actual moves, their dance moves, and also their garments, their clothes. Spats fundamental on a Saturday. You could go there, and it was after you go Covent, and then you go Spats for a couple of hours, which how long Tim Westwood had it, and then everyone will filter back into Covent Garden. On a Friday, you had Electric Ballroom. Yeah, Electric Ballroom on the Friday, and then you had Kiz's Night Spots, which was Gordon Mac. Under that umbrella of hip hop, you had people that were from East Coast. So, you know, the clothes would be, you'd have Lee jeans on, probably red Lee jeans, Adidas Superstars, Converse, the All Stars, or you'd have Puma, you know, you'd have Puma Glides, without a doubt. The actual West Coast path now, that's where you'd have all the big baggy pants, you'd have the actual, it would always be Converse All Stars you'd be wearing, and military style jackets with big like scarves tied around your waist and so forth. Then you have the Jazz Boys, which is another thing altogether. Jazz Boys with skinny tight jeans, with high cut boots up to their, you know, to their knee, with a little roll hat rolled up with tight t-shirts. Then you'd have the Boogie Boys wearing their sort of freaky half cut tops up to air with, you know, with jeans and so forth. So the fashion was the most important thing. When I was a kid, I used to be mesmerised by the old black and white movies. And the first thing I used to watch was the clothes. Man, I used to be watching that and going, whoa, when I get older, I am making something like that. But I've got a small tailoring business, and it's called Shade Bespoke Tailoring. And what we specialise in, which I'm wearing here, is basically, you know, handkerchiefs, you know, suits, bespoke suits, ties and shirts. I stopped going out for years and years, and my main reason of going out was like, I just don't hear the music that what we were listening to back in the day. It weren't cool anymore to actually be dancing. Everyone's all of a sudden resorted to standing on the walls and just staring at the dance floors. Poetic funk was set up for the basis of, right, I want to transport people back to the great time of the 80s, where you were in funk, boogie, you know, a bit of electro, all that musical influence, jazz funk, where people were just coming to dance, to get sweaty, and that was it. I look at a youngster today, I don't know if they're into grime, garage, or so-called hip-hop, I just don't know. Kids today, they dress as clones. Everyone looks the same. You speak to any youngster about Covent Garden, and they're like, oh, what, Apple? You know, the Apple shops. They don't know anything about what was going on. That was Mecca. It's like they've wiped it out of the history of the place.